army base in Guam. We left with an American GI and his Vietnamese wife, with fake paperwork to say that we were related to his wife. It was then that I started to hear the words seeking refuge, and soon the label stuck. That we, like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, were Vietnamese refugees. As a child, I heard that term often, but I never really understood it. And I remember one day asking Mum, what does that mean? My parents' explanation to their child was along the lines of seeking freedom. And when my vague eyes stared back at them, she added, to be safe, where no one can harm us. And then she added, so that our family can be together. It was true. And some people who stayed behind suffered when the government changed. They lived under hardship, under a harsh authority. They also suffered from the subsequent US-led boycott of Vietnam. And yes, some people did die. But those who left suffered too. By some estimates, hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese died on the seas seeking refuge. Some were robbed by pirates, some were raped, and yes, some were killed. For these countless, desperate people, refuge was precious, worth dying for. Before the 1970s, according to the census records, there were exactly 51 Vietnamese-born people in Australia. Today, there are almost 220,000. It's actually the sixth most spoken language other than English in Australia. And more Vietnamese Australians live in Cabramatta, postcode 2166, than any other in the country. 1 in 3, in fact, are from a Vietnamese background. Funnily enough, that's where Walter and I live. Of course, I work in the city and travel to work on the train. The number of professionals from a Vietnamese Australian background on that train makes me proud each and every time I catch that train. Some, like me, catch the train on their own. Others, couples, maybe husbands, maybe wives, are lucky enough to catch the train together to work. I don't know how many of you catch public transport, whether it's bus, train, or ferry. But what I've noticed lately is that everyone stares at their phones or their tablets. Couples ignore each other and seem to prefer the company of Facebook or Twitter. Everyone, and that's me included, stare and swipe. It's like we've all found sanctuary, but we've retreated within. Like the living dead, we travel mindlessly in a group through life, oblivious to the wonder and the magic all around us. In putting together today's reflection, I've had time to reflect myself. Seeking refuge is a precious thing. Freedom, safety, togetherness. But maybe the more important question is, what do we do when we get there?